Being sober sucks. But there's one thing that really starting to irk the living shit out of me. Is a bunch of these younger kids shitting on the military or any veteran that went in. And these are the same kids that look like they'd never done a day of hard work in their life, besides taking the silver spoon out of their bunghole. Talking about, oh, the military's nothing about violence and killing. Look here, Betty Two Shoes. That all-natural dress that was made in Cambodia was from the death and sweat and tears of small children. Oh, your iPhone and all the other crap that you drive, your little Prius? They dig that stuff out of mines and they cut off the arms of small children to punish them for not doing it right. And guess who's there to fight this tyranny? The fucking military. America's a world police. At least we do something about it when something bad happens. The French can't take us enough. We have literally liberated countries from tyrannical governments. Socialism works. No, it doesn't. But these are the same kids that sit there and shit on veterans saying, oh, you were too dumb to go to college. I did my 6 years in the military. I got a degree. And I'm not in student debt. And I make more than most of these kids. One of these ladies I work with as a bartender as my side job, oh, I'm going to school to be a teacher, be an educator. I want to teach them they don't have to go to the military. Ma'am, how much student debt are you in? $200,000 for a damn teaching degree. Meaning you can have a degree in basket weaving, a degree in shucking nuts, and get a teaching certification. And somehow my veteran ass is the dummy. Crack. You're smoking a bunch of crack right now. And I get paid way more than she does. And I have a trade to fall back on that the military gave me. Plus it taught me how to be on time. It taught me that people don't give a shit about your problems, fix it. But they send our young boys to die overseas. They send our young boys to die. They glorify war for, these boys who had no father figure in their life. Sometimes dudes join the military to gain father figures. Hell, I've had a father in my life, and he was great. Smart, dope bachelor, well-educated, well-read, and has impeccable diction whenever he's conversating with you. I still went to the military. And I also found role models in the military. There was one chief that taught me, hey, there's time to show your emotions and there's time to buck the fuck up. Had a gunnery sergeant hit me so hard he put my dick in the dirt and taught me what real pain was. It taught me how to not take life for granted. And yes, some of these men who didn't grow up with father figures in the military because they'll give their retirement speeches. I didn't grow up with a father, but I had Chief so-and-so, I had First Sergeant so-and-so, I had Sergeant so-and-so, I had Petty Officer First Class so-and-so. I had Tech Sergeant so-and-so, I had, third class Petty Officer so-and-so, I had PFC, because older men joined the military too. And oh, this part of the fucking conversation came up out of nowhere. Well, why is it so easy to teach men and women how to kill, and it costs so much to put a doctor through school? It's easier to destroy. It's easier to neutralize a threat. But they don't tell you that there's these things called medics, corpsmen, docs, who are taught to be damn near triage nurses in the field while getting shot at. And then what do these docs do? They teach the rest of the units to do the same shit, just in case the doc goes down. And then, because of the Hippocratic oath that most of us had to take, we had to take care of the enemy too. Doctors have to go through multiple classes, 8 years of school plus residency to make sure they don't mess up. Core school took me 3 months. And I had to figure it out. And now I know things that regular people in society don't know. More than just CPR and the Heimlich maneuver. I can stick an IV in my arm while bouncing around in a car while halfway hungover. I'm not one of these nurses that sit there and fish around in your veins and crap. Give me a drunk medic from the Army, the Air Force, or a drunk corpsman from the Navy. I'd rather them stick an IV on me than me go to the VA hospital sometimes. And here's to those young people who think that we think that, us veterans are better than you because of the fact that we were willing to give up life and limb for our country. We don't think we're better than you. We just think we took a different route. Yes, we have dark humor because humor is the only way to cover up a lot of pain, okay? Yes, we need to talk about the drinking, the drugs, and, the PTSD and all the other stuff. Yes, we do need to speak on that. We do need to fix that problem. But that's the casualties of actually going to the military. That's one of the things that they tell you about, but you really think it's not going to happen to you because you don't know that veteran story. My parents were willing to help me through college. I said, hell no, get me the hell out of here. Go Navy. But then you don't know that some of these kids were sleeping on dirt floors and the only meals they had that day were from the school system or some sort of organization that would give out free lunches and free dinners for those impoverished kids. These kids had to sit there and put their parents' address on the stuff for school, but they're the ones clothing themselves and putting themselves through school and everything like that because their parents disowned them because they were gay or they liked a certain race or maybe they came from an abusive home. A lot of the boys who didn't have fathers in the home came from abusive homes that were in the military. It wasn't just the moms. I'm not saying that. It was boyfriends, abusive grandparents, abusive siblings. And they said they wanted out. And the best way you can get an education, food, 3 hots and a cot pretty much, without worrying about getting shanked in the middle of the night in your sleep because you pissed off some guy in the yard, you join the military. There's no fault in it. Military taught me things I would never think about whenever I got back out to the real world. And I'm happy I gave him 6 years of my life. Just like with every job, it comes with bullshit. But if you do it right, get your certifications while you're in, go to school, make connections, make friends, study, have fun, travel, and do it on the government dime. Because the government is going to take everything they can out of you. And to that one lady that said, oh, we are putting more recruiters in places where there's poverty. Maybe the military will take them out of poverty. Angry Drill said this, and it reminded me of all those kids with their thumb up their butt that don't know their asshole from their elbow and won't talk about the military and they've never been. Because I can say one thing what the military did for me. Degree, not in debt. Have a couple trades. I learned life skills that it takes most 50-year-olds to find out. Hard work ethic, doing tasks while incapacitated or inebriated, and know the value of $1 and know the value of life. And I'm not in debt. Who's winning?